Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome to the vlog. Today we are going to be feeding snakes over at the Reptile, starting with this little rabbit and my girl Perdita. Now this is the very first rabbit I've ever offered her, so I don't know if she's going to take it, but she sure looks like she's excited about something. You ready, girl? Come on, you want it? You want it? I don't know if she's going to take it. Come on, girl. Come on. There she goes. Oh, look at it. She took it. That was like the cutest thing in the world. Oh my gosh. Perdita. Again, this is the first time she's graduated to rabbits. It was definitely a very dainty way of looking. I think she was like, Dad, I don't know what exactly that is going on. But besides feeding snakes today, which we're going to be doing amongst other things, I did want to kind of take you back a little bit to Utah because, to be honest with you, we are filming so much, right? And there's some things that didn't make it into the vlog that I thought were really cool. Starting with the fact when I was over at Dan and Colette's at TSK, there was a boa that is legitimately one of the most incredible boas ever, not to mention a few other snakes. So I did want to kind of throw you back to Utah so I didn't miss out on that opportunity because I know you guys love boas and stuff like that. In the meantime, I'm going to let Perdita eat. I'm going to show you guys this, and then we're going to feed some other snakes. On to the boa section, and there's a couple stunners here. What are you going to show me first?
This is an albino Central American boa. This is a male.
Oh my gosh. And guys, this is a real Central American albino. So sometimes you'll see the Colombian albinos bred into the Central American. These guys are actually Central American, which is crazy because they don't get a whole lot bigger than that, right?
No, he's 3 years old.
That's 3 years old. Oh my gosh. So for those of you people that want a boa and maybe an albino boa, but you want one that's relatively small, that's groundbreaking. I didn't even realize that there were albino Central Americans that were pure. I thought they were all integrated, so that is absolutely incredible. And so you're basically just working with the central stuff, right?
Yeah, that's all I have, the centrals.
Right, gotcha. The thing again that's nice is you can keep centrals in something that's this size. You don't need this huge cage. Maybe a big female. Obviously you see some of the bigger cages over here. Yeah. What else do we have?
This is an apocalypse male that we produced several years ago.
Oh my gosh. I mean, this is ridiculous. You're just working on the genetics of this now?
Yes, we're trying to figure it all out. Like this right here is a sibling. And that's our line of T positive.
Right.
And these are Nicaraguan boas.
Wow. That is just crazy. I've never seen anything like that. That is gorgeous.
So they do change some from like when they're small because these were just born this year. So these are...
Oh my gosh, that is unbelievably gorgeous. Just take a look at that. Oh my gosh. That thing is ridiculous. So this is an apocalypse then?
Yes, that's an apocalypse.
Wow, that is ridiculous. The purples on that.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right? Beautiful. Oh my gosh, that's a wonderful snake. And so this popped out of your line of T positive?
Yes.
Okay.
And we acquired the founding female, which this is her, back in 2004. So she's got a few years on her and she's in the shed.
Still, you can definitely see very unique animal. But still, gosh, I love that real rich, chocolatey look to them.
Right.
Unbelievable. So you produced, that was the first babies that you produced came out apocalypse right off the bat, or?
No.
Oh, okay.
We bred her son back to her and produced the apocalypse.
So there's another gene plopping in there that you're not sure yet.
Well, I know that there's aneutheristic in here.
Okay.
But as far as anything else, the only thing I've ever produced have been T positives, the apocalypse, and aneutheristic, and
wow.
That's it.
Holy cow.
I haven't seen any other types of things popping out.
Wow. That's crazy. Well, that's like I said, that thing is ridiculous. That's probably my new favorite Central American boa for sure. That thing is ridiculous. And again, think of all the things you can do. You can get into motley. You can get into all kinds of different stuff.
Leopard.
That's gonna be oh, that's right, leopard, blood. I mean, you can get into the bloods. Oh my gosh, that's absolutely incredible. So, wow, amazing, right?
Yes.
Yes. Sticking with the rabbit thing, I figured I'll just kind of up a lot of the food with some of these animals, and I'm going to go with a rabbit for Casper as well as Sunrise and a couple other things. I just figure it's time to kind of move these guys up, get them a little bit bigger meals, hopefully get them a little bit bigger. Casper is ready to go, and you guys know that he is a maniac when it comes to striking, so let's hope that we're okay. Casper, whoop! Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. You ready? You want? Whoa, there it is. There he goes. Whoo! Tell you what, he definitely liked rabbits. He wasn't like Perdita. He was ready to go too. So I hope that you guys are enjoying this little kickback to Utah. But that wasn't the only thing that we saw that was really cool out there that didn't make it into previous vlogs. Of course, I went out to Jeremy Stone's place and he had a couple animals that were really cool too. Not to mention, you know, I love the history of things, right? I like looking back and seeing the history. And the fact that I bought my first genetic striped ball pythons from Jeremy and then ultimately he bought his first pinstripes from me, I just think it's kind of a cool little story. And me and him talked about it while I was out in Utah. Interesting story, the genetic stripe, just like we have here, which is actually a genetic stripe Spectre, right?
Yes.
So this has got a couple genes going on in it. But my first genetic stripes that I ever bought actually came from you.
And you spent a lot of money, Brian.
Yeah, they weren't cheap. Let's just say I could have probably bought a car, but instead I bought genetic stripes. Regardless, the thing that was interesting about Jeremy's genetic stripes is that, as you can see, these have stripes on them. The fact that his were like vanishing pattern. So they didn't have the dorsal striping like the normal genetic stripes. And still to this day, they're some of my favorite genetic stripes.
They really are.
With you. So we still have some of that stuff floating around in our colony that still produce them. They're like vanishing patterns. So actually, the first striped ones came from him. And this is cool because it has a little paradox.
Yeah, it's just a paradox.
Yeah,
so that's
really
again
cool.
Not genetics, similar to calico. It's just a paradox, but
it looks super cool.
Isn't that cool? It's like
That's
a big eye staring at you. Back in the day, Brian, I could have bought a car instead of buying this pinstripe from you because I bought a pinstripe from Brian. That's just a co-dominant ball python now. Quite common in the hobby after many years, but they make some killer combos.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and that is true. I mean, the thing about reptile people, a lot of times it is kind of like horse trading, right? Like I buy snakes from him, then Jeremy buys snakes back from me, and that's kind of how the whole industry kind of has always been. So, so whereas I spent a bunch of money with genetic stripes, Jeremy kind of countered and bought pinstripes. Back in the day with pinstripes, what were they? Like
40 grand?
Oh my gosh, like 40 grand.
It was, and the spider was 25K. It was.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they were expensive back in the day, but it's cool to hear kind of the backstory on stuff like that. And like I mentioned, I'm bumping a bunch of animals up to kind of bigger meals because, you know, I want to make sure that they're still growing at an appropriate rate. And you might ask yourself, like, how do you jump into bigger meals, or when do you do it? Basically what happens is if you feed your animal and within a day or two there's like no lump, you don't see anything, and they're acting hungry, that's usually the time to start going. Sunrise is definitely smelling this rabbit, and she ate a rabbit one other time a long time ago, and I went back to kind of rats with her, so I'll go ahead, get her onto a rabbit, and see what happens from here. Whoa! Sheesh, Sunrise. Here you go, girl. Here you go. Oh yeah, she's ready to go, that's for sure. You know, again, she ate a rabbit really aggressively, probably 3 months ago. It was a really small rabbit, and this is kind of a small rabbit as well, to be totally honest with you, but this will kind of be a start. And there's always that fine line. I don't want things to get too big. You don't want like obese animals. I'm all about lean, mean, like you would find them in the wild, right? But definitely Sunrise is at that point where she's ready to increase her meal amount. So is so many of these other animals. They're ready to go up. So rabbits are going good so far today. Again, another first. Believe it or not, Ricky has always just fed on rats, even though he's a pretty big snake. So I don't know what he's going to do. He definitely looks like he's fired up to eat. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Jeez! Ma, whoa! Whoa! Did you see that? Whoa! He just let go. Now what do I do? This is bad. Oh no! He's wrapped up on the rabbit, but now he's let go. I think that rabbit smell just kind of got to him, and he's like, wait a second, I've never had a rabbit before, what's going on? Now I'm in a little bit of a predicament now. I'm not really sure what's going on. He's on the floor, he's definitely ready to go. I think I'm just gonna walk away and hope he goes back to that rabbit. This is definitely interesting. Hopefully we survive it. Ricky, you're such a silly monkey. It looks like Ricky finally ended up taking the rabbit. He decided that a rabbit was a good choice, I guess. So really what I'm going to try to do is just really gently move him back into his cage, because what I don't want to happen is him finish up on the ground right here, because then I have to pick him up after he eats, which is not good for him, and it's not good for me, my safety, you know what I mean? So good job, Ricky. Down in the dungeon, and we have a few clutches of ball pythons to pull really quick. Gonna start with this pewter bee right here. Oh, she's got eggs all over the place. Who doggy mama? That wasn't very good. So we're definitely gonna have to candle these guys because she didn't coil even one of them. What are you doing, Mom? Oh, there's one little egg that she coiled. The rest are all over the place. And again, with them rolling around like this, we definitely are going to want to candle these guys. So I'm going to get them in here just really quick. This is really a beautiful clutch though. And she is actually a cinnamon, which is actually a cinnamon, a pastel, and a spider. And she's bred to a Mojave Calabi. So she's got all kinds of stuff going on with that. Should be some pretty good ones. Again, we'll go ahead, candle these guys. Make sure the embryos are on the right side, but we have 2, 4, 6, 7 eggs. I tell you what, and this should be a pretty cool thing because calicos and spiders mix really well. They get really high white in the side, and then the Mojave stuff and pastel and cinnamon. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a beautiful clutch of eggs. And last ball python clutch today is actually a pinstripe female, and it's actually bred to a fire bee, which is a pastel, a fire, and a spider. And once again, we have a couple little sluggers in here. That's not good. I think that just happens from time to time. It's been an unbelievably good fertility year, so I'm not going to complain too much, but again, not a really good clutch here. It looks like we've got another slug in here, and then it looks like we've got 3 pretty good eggs, 1 little boob egg on the end there, so we'll just kind of try to get these off the paper really quick, and then get these into an egg box. Again, it's kind of a cool little breeding because you can get all kinds of stuff, that pastel, the fire, the spider, the pinstripe, all that type of stuff. Looks like we've got 3 good eggs, 3 slugs. Again, that's just the way it goes. Literally, I think we have like 7 to 10 more clutches, and we are done with ball pythons for the year. But again, been an amazing year, not only fertility, but the amount of clutches, and we are starting to hatch some ripper animals. So that's it for ball python clutches in the dungeon.
Traveling to SeaQuest was a great adventure. I really am happy that we went. We were able to talk to them and see, because the fact that they are similar to the Reptarium, but with mainly aquatics, we were able to exchange ideas. They talked to us about stuff, and we were able to see some of the things that they were doing and start maybe implementing here. We've already started with one, and that was using little clothespins to help feed the tortoises. That way, even though we haven't really had a problem with getting fingers nipped, it's been a concern of mine, and having that little extension there was a great idea that I was able to take and implement here. We've got a few others down the pike that we're working on too. All in all, it was a great trip. We really loved it. And I tell you what, I was amazed with the scenery and stuff, but I'm not gonna lie, I was not nearly as amazed as Jay and Brian, because for some reason they just couldn't get over the fact that there were freaking mountains everywhere. And they couldn't stop talking about it, which was kind of annoying.
When we're out in Utah, a lot of people actually commented about our excursion for the fish spa when we were at SeaQuest. A lot of people felt kind of bad for Lori because you kind of cried, but were you laughing or were you crying? I thought she was like it was like so ticklish that you were kind of tearing up. I mean, I wasn't like laughing because she was crying, but were you crying or were you laughing?
That's kind of a hard one. I wasn't like crying because I was upset. It was not an enjoyable experience, and I think I was kind of tired and kind of whatever on that day, so I guess a little more emotional.
Really?
I didn't obviously, it wasn't like I was crying because I was in pain or anything, but I think I was just so overwhelmed, I guess, with the creepiness of it that it brought tears to my eyes.
Well, it definitely was that way. Oh, and by the way, Lori, I don't know if I told you, I'm excited. Checked with the Michigan Health Department, and it turns out we can have a fish spa at the Reptarium. So I think we're going to look into it. I'm going to discuss this in a later date of all the potential health risks and all the health risks that people think are related to fish spas that turns out aren't real, but there's ways to get around to make sure everyone is safe. So we're going to have a fish spa, and you can do it every day.
Well, I will not be, but I am well aware because the 2 people sitting next to me had their feet in there loving it. So I know some people like it. I'm just not a fan. So if you like it, then cool. You got a place that you can do it.
Ooh. I tell you what, Sunfire is a cracker for sure. But the fact is talking about SeaQuest, we actually had some pretty cool experience that didn't end up making it into the vlog. In particular, a really cool encounter with the Kinkajou, and even met an absolutely wonderful red tegu. So what do we have, Haley? What do you got going on there?
This is our little Kinkajou, honey. He's a little sleepy right now.
We actually had a friend that had a Kinkajou when we were like 18 years old, and we used to play with it all the time. What's this one's name?
Honey.
Honey, and how old?
He's actually about 8 months old.
Oh, he's only 8 months? So he's just a little dude. He's so tired too. These guys are obviously heavily nocturnal. And Jay, over there, he said that I have to mention that Pikachu from Pokemon was actually named after a Kinkajou. And he said that you guys would love it. So go down in the comments, let me know if this is the most amazing thing that you've learned since we've been at SeaQuest about the Pikachu.
Yo, that's messed up.
Let me know in the comments if you guys, I mean, he says it's going to be the most popular thing that happens, so isn't this thing amazing? Pandora is actually a red tegu, much like my Argentine blue tegu, Taz. It's the same region of area, and it's absolutely amazing. It reminds me so much of Taz because they're just so lazy. They just kind of walk around, but of course this one's 4 or 5 years old, so those jaws are really coming in like Taz is going to be over the next couple years. But as you can see, Tazzy's almost the same size, just not quite as big of a head and not quite as big of jaws. But again, absolutely incredible animals, so amazing. As a matter of fact, red tegus were my original thought when I came to what I wanted to get with the tegu, but then I of course got Tazzy and I fell in love with the blue tegu. So this guy is unbelievable. I mean, just look at his tongue. I mean, this has to be one of your favorites, right?
Oh, he is my favorite. I want to take him home with me every day.
He's so crazy. Oh, and look who's coming over to say hi. What's going on? You want a little bit of attention too? It's okay, buddy. And the last animal I need to feed today at the zoo is actually this northern D'Albert's python. Absolutely love this dude. He's hiding way in the back over there, so I'm going to just kind of put it over here. Hopefully he comes out. Yep. Oh yeah, he's ready. Oh, there he is. Oh my God, that thing is absolutely incredible. And I hope that you guys like the kind of lost footage, so to speak, of the throwback to Utah, because I didn't want to not share that with you guys because it was just some awesome stuff. But again, you know, we film so much, sometimes things get kind of left out of the vlog. So let me know in the comments what part you liked, if you enjoyed this kind of throwback, and if you enjoyed all the feeding. As for now, I'm going to shut down the vlog. Wish you guys an absolutely amazing day. Tell you that I love your beautiful faces and ask you to be kind to someone today. I promise I'll see you guys tomorrow.